Hello everyone, it's Mallory here with All About Cats. In this week's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be trying out some of the most popular cat Halloween costumes. Before we take a look at how Wessie and Forrest reacted to these 5 costumes, I want to talk a little bit about this question of whether or not cats should be using costumes at all. It's very important for a cat to feel very mobile and like they're able to escape from any threats. Costumes are often very restrictive and cats feel quite uncomfortable in them for that reason. That being said, I don't think that trying out Halloween costumes with your cat is a bad thing. In fact, it could be beneficial. So putting a costume on your cat, especially if you start doing it at a young age, can be good preparation for harness training. It makes your cat more comfortable being handled, having their paws touched, having, garments put on their body. And in the long run, this can be a very good thing because it'll make it easier for you to put a harness and leash on your cat, and this could open up a whole new world for them, allowing them to safely explore the outdoors and get some exercise out there. So although cats really don't tend to enjoy wearing costumes, I certainly don't think that it's harmful for the vast majority of cats. At worst, it's going to be kind of harmless but uncomfortable, and at best, it could make your cat more comfortable being handled and wearing garments of any kind. So having gotten that little introduction out of the way, let's jump into our experience with these cat costumes. So I ordered some of the most popular cat costumes off of Amazon, and then I had my 2 cats, Wessie and Forrest, try them on. So I'll be reporting back to you with Wessie and Forrest's opinions on each of these costumes and which ones I think were best and which ones I think will appeal most to certain types of cats and certain types of people. So our number 1 recommendation, and my personal favorite of the costumes that I'm going to be talking about here, is the OMG Adorables lion mane costume. So there are a few things that I liked about this costume. One, my cat, Wessie, liked it, or, well, at least he felt pretty comfortable in it. He didn't love wearing it, but he was definitely comfortable enough in it to run around the house, even go outside, supervise for a while, and he didn't make any really significant effort to get out of it, and also he had really good mobility, so he was able to move around really easily and wasn't just flopping over like you'll see so many cats do. Now, the costume comes in 2 sizes. One is for dogs and the other one is for cats, so it's a one-size-fits-all costume. I found that it was a little bit on the larger side, so sometimes it would kind of flop over Wessie's eyes, and he has a pretty big head. So I think that for smaller cats, this could be a little bit too large and it could be a bit floppy on their head. So overall, if you have a typical cat who doesn't love wearing a full body costume and would probably feel more comfortable with a bit of a big bobbly hat, I think that the OMG Adorables lion mane costume could be a good choice. It's particularly going to be a good option if you have a cat who's on the larger side. A lot of costumes tend to run small, whereas this one is a little bit on the bigger side, making it a good choice for bigger cats. I purchased the costume for $12.99. So our next recommendation is this bat wing costume from a brand called Feek. The costume basically attaches to your cat's body in the same way that a typical H-style harness would, so it's a particularly good option if your cat is used to wearing a harness or if you want to start training your cat to wear one. I found that my cat seemed relatively comfortable with this costume, but there were a couple of issues. The first issue was that while this is a one-size-fits-all costume, it really isn't. It's going to be appropriate for small or medium-sized cats, but larger cats are going to have a harder time fitting into it. So it looks like the waist circumference is about 16 inches, and then it gives you about 13 inches around the neck. So the costume is adjustable thanks to the Velcro straps, but I found that even at its largest, it was a little bit too small for my bigger cat, Wessie. The second issue that I had with this costume is that the wings are kind of floppy. They don't stick up, so the silhouette is not quite what I would like it to be. That said, I think that you could kind of pin up the wings a little bit in order to give them a little more pop on your cat's back, but that seems like a little bit of hassle that you shouldn't have to go through. I also found that the stitching was a little bit messy on the costume, but that's to be expected for a cheap Halloween costume. Overall, this is a good lightweight costume for cats who don't like wearing typical costumes, or for people who want to get started with harness training and want to get their cat used to this kind of design. It's best for small or medium-sized cats, and I think it is a particularly good choice for black cats. This costume costs $6.99. Now our next recommendation is going to be a good choice for cats who are kind of in the opposite camp. Cats who are pretty comfortable wearing harnesses, even clothes, cats who are used to having things on their bodies. It's from a brand called Maru Pet, and it's a prisoner costume. So I purchased the size small, and it fit my cat Forrest pretty well. She weighs 7 pounds and is pretty slim. I liked that this costume was made from really soft, thick materials. They seem like something that would be comfortable for a human to wear, and it seemed to be constructed relatively well compared to some of the other costumes I was trying. So overall, I thought that this was a well-designed, kind of cool-looking costume that's going to be a good fit for cats who are pretty comfortable wearing clothing or harnesses and having things on their bodies. So this particular costume cost $13.99. All right, so our next recommendation is going to be a good choice for those who are looking for something with some comedic value. So this is a costume from Idepet. It's a pirate costume that I've seen in a lot of funny cat videos. It receives a lot of customer reviews on Amazon. A lot of people really like this costume and the way that it has the little arms, and your cat's paws will look like the pirate's feet as they walk along. It creates kind of a cool effect. That said, I found that this costume was, of all the costumes I tried here, probably the least cat friendly. So for one, it has a lot of different components. So you're going to have to put this hat on your cat's head. You're going to have to put a cape around their neck, and then you're going to have to get them into the body of the costume. So I purchased the size small, which I thought should be appropriate for Forrest. I ultimately wasn't able to wrangle her into wearing this costume, so I asked Wessie to try it instead. It was really a struggle to get his paws through the armholes, even though technically the armholes were large enough for his paws, and once it was on, I found that the proportions were a bit off. So based on customer reviews, I've noticed that this costume seems to be designed with the canine physique in mind. So the costume is a little bit too short for a cat's long torso, and I think that the sleeves are also a little bit too short for cat's arms. And I've noticed that when people get a relatively good fit in terms of sleeve length, they're also getting a really large neck on their cats. So I think that this costume has canine proportions and doesn't really fit cats all that well. That being said, even if you're not getting the best fit, and even if your cat's sort of uncomfortable in it, it definitely can be very entertaining to look at. So overall, I would recommend this costume for cats who are pretty comfortable having things put on their bodies, and for people who want a costume that looks really cool and amusing. This costume costs $9.99. Now, the last costume that we're going to be looking at is this nurse costume from Worderful. So this is a really cool little pink nurse costume. There's also a doctor costume available, so this could make a kind of cool couples costume if you have multiple pets and want to dress them up at the same time. I ordered a size extra small, thinking that it would be appropriate for Forrest. But it turned out to be extremely small and didn't even really fit her small 7-pound frame. So if I were to try this again, I think I would have gone up to the size small for Forrest at 7 pounds and up to a medium for Wessie at 14 pounds. So while I really didn't have the best experience putting this costume on Forrest because it was so tight and so uncomfortable for her, I think that it looks really cute. I enjoyed the design quite a bit. I like the detail of this little button, which is a bit ornate and interesting to look at. I found that the way that it was sewn was a little bit weird. Some parts of it just didn't seem like they were put together quite right, so I don't think that the construction of this costume was outstanding, but overall I greatly enjoyed the way that it looked. This costume costs $13.99. All right, so that is it for costumes. I hope that you enjoyed seeing Wessie and Forrest wearing these costumes. I know I did. I thought it was a very fun experience, but I know that Halloween costumes can be kind of a thorny topic. There are a lot of people who think that Halloween costumes for cats are a bad idea. They don't mean anything to our cats and we shouldn't subject them to them. So what do you think about it? Do you think that cats should be wearing Halloween costumes at all? Do you think that some Halloween costumes are better than others? Have you or will you ever put a costume on your cat? Please let us know in the comments. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching this Halloween episode of All About Cats. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're interested in more product reviews on things like cat food, litter boxes, and all sorts of other products, as well as buyer's guides similar to this one, and information on all things cats, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you'll get the news every time we release a new video. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.